Welcome back to tonight's sad reality. For once in my life, I'm not recording near midnight, so we're actually gonna get a video up on time tonight, as opposed to the last two nights almost. But yeah, so welcome back. I'm here once again with reoccurring
I
feature.
am here.
Yeah,
I'm here. Big picture.
reoccurring creature feature on the channel. But so tonight I was gonna talk about a few pretty simple things. Mainly just this idea of things that seem impossible, and then things that are easy and things that are fun, and everything in between. I'm gonna zoom in so that the bitrate doesn't kill itself, because I actually thought about that a little bit. The tinier things are, the worse it gets. Anyway, so I was playing Oxygen Not Included earlier today, trying to go for the Carnivore achievement, and the Locavore achievement, and the other third achievement that requires you not to use any energy that's... any of the good energy sources, I should say, early in the game. And oh man, I was struggling. I don't think I'm going to get there on that save file. Maybe it's doable with like a lot of saves coming, but to me it just seems impossible. And I'm kind of frustrated with it too, because I feel like it's something it's doable. I just need the right information base, and it's not something I have without watching a tutorial that's not like 2 hours long. And I know there are ways to do these things. It's just I don't really feel like watching a tutorial where someone's like, "Hey guys, so welcome back to my uh Let's Play. I'm going to walk you through all the way from cycle 1 to cycle 100 on how to get the Carnivore achievement." I don't really care. I'd rather just sit down and find like a few simple builds and then find someone who knows how to do it, or just sit in VC with someone who's actually knowledgeable about the game. Sorry, YH. But
Okay.
find someone who like actually kind of knows what they're doing and figure that out. It's, to me, it sucks because I've tried this so many times. I think it's like the 8th world of me just doing that, and I'm not really good enough to do it by myself, I guess. Although I just learned about auto sweepers today, and I think I've put like 40 hours into the game, so if that says anything about my level of incompetency,
But
uh,
you didn't have the upgrade where you could,
use it.
make
Yeah, the
them use
mechatronics, yeah.
exactly.
Which
Yeah.
I'm not good at thinking ahead either, so that's 100% my fault. So, disclaimer, it's my fault that I can't do these things, but I wish the information was like easier to access instead of skimming through a 2 hour long video, or I wish I was just smarter in general. But it kind of brings up the question of how hard is too hard, or what makes things impossible, you know? Because I don't think anything is ever truly impossible or undoable. I mean, that's a game that is strictly on the basis of how much you know. I spent like half an hour earlier looking at cycle 1000 plus base builds, and I'm like, these look ridiculous. Like they have the dupes and like the morale of like the 50s, 60s, or 70s from like decoration and just everything that they had going on, like top level food sources, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm still feeding them like mush bars, or like fried mush bars, trying to keep them alive with like 300 calories left. Meanwhile, they had like 21 million calories, so. Oh, it's kind of funny talking about another game while playing this game, just going back to that obsession. But I found this game tonight, the one we're currently playing. It's called Nomad Idle. And I don't know why, to me what I love about this game is it feels like how idle games are supposed to feel, in my opinion. I'm not really doing anything. I mean, sure, I could be like upgrading these or whatever, or I could just sit here and watch it play itself. But that is like the perfect idle game in my eyes, anyways. Um, Also, what's the thing I need to be looking out for? It's not these. I need the ore. That's what I'm waiting on, is the ore. So literally, I was just sitting here farming this for a while. And I don't know, when this goes on my tier list, this will probably be an S tier, just because you can play this as fast as you'd like, and it is actually like a real idle game, but it takes strategy. It's not just a number going up on screen. You know, like there's stuff to grind and monsters and all that. It kind of reminds me of Secrets of Grandia, which is its own separate thing. That's not an idle game, to clarify. But I've just been really excited playing this. Also, I saw collectibles over there. That's why I usually play zoomed out as well, as there's collectibles. But so kind of back to the how hard's too hard. This game, most idle games to me, that's really easy. I guess naturally, I just like looking at numbers, trying to optimize things. Whereas I feel like strategy games, take like Civ for example, although I've never played it. I played a game forever ago called Marble Age Civilization. I was really bad at that. I could play on like the lowest difficulty and still fail. Granted, I was like middle school, or maybe even slightly before middle school back when I played it, so my prefrontal cortex hasn't even developed yet, much less like half a brain cell. Whereas idle games, stuff like this, I'm just like, this is my autism blast, you know? Love this for some reason. Arcs are not
We have
included though.
tried to make it, but it doesn't budge.
Sorry, one more time.
We tried to make you quit, but you don't budge.
Yeah, this game or what? Other games.
Idle games.
Yeah. There was a
You did
joke in
play
the
that one
server a
before.
while ago where people were like, "You should stop playing idle games," but meanwhile, that's literally like the staple of the main channel, I guess. And for whatever reason, it's like they're fun to me, but also not fun because like I enjoy this for like maybe the first 2 hours, and then after that, it's just like, oh dude, I gotta get the rest of the achievements because I'm also a completionist. It's like two of the worst characteristics you could give any person on planet Earth. But yeah, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get the carnivore achievement because I kind of keep giving up on this mentally and then going back like a day later saying, oh, I'm gonna get it. It's like I quit gambling, guys, and then meanwhile, SpongeBob transition or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, stuff like that. But speaking of grinds like this, my dad's been playing a game recently, which is fun. We don't usually talk too much about stuff in general, but we watched like Stranger Things tonight, the first episode of it. A few other things. Had some gourmet burgers, homemade of course, and it was just like all around a good night. It's funny too. I usually don't like do the dishes or anything like chores, but I just kind of felt like doing it, so I did it tonight. I guess being responsible or something, or just feeling like a good person. I don't know. I don't know how to justify that. Regardless, the game he's playing, it's like kind of an older game, or I think a remaster of an older game. You get a like a D&D-esque party, venture into this dungeon, all that, and like say your party dies, well, you can make a new party and go rescue that old party, stuff like that. But he got to like the final area a few days ago, wasn't quite able to beat it, and you kind of get locked out of rescuing the party at that point, and he's like, there's really only so much grinding I can do, and he used the word grinding too, and I'm like, my dad understands grinding in games? What? That's kind of wild to me. I don't know why. It's like, adults do this too, but you just don't really think of your parents understanding something like that. Like,
Really DQ'd you, so
yeah. So like my mom, for example, she came home today and she's like, nice haircut, and I'm like, I haven't gotten a haircut. But that's the kind of level of perception I expect from my parents, is like not understanding anything. Even though they're both kind of smart in a societal sense, like decent jobs, all that. But I just don't expect my dad to be like grinding games and stuff. I don't know, just kind of a weird thing. But it was kind of cool. So I'm like, hey, I relate to this, you know. But regardless, I think he kind of also gave up on that, because I think he said he's just going to put like maybe 20 minutes into it a day, going through the dungeon, getting the most XP from the different places. He's already explored all of it, so just kind of running through it as fast as he can, and he said he's going to overlevel himself, so the final thing is much easier. Kind of like what I'm doing right now, where I'm just farming to get Magic Bracelet level 9 for the mana regeneration. That's really all I'm after. Especially classes that use tons of mana. What else to talk about? Because I feel like there's a few other things I want to talk about, and even the past few nights I'd kind of forgotten. Oh yeah, this one's kind of an interesting one too. So for me, recently anyways, I'm not usually afraid of approaching people conversationally, unless I know it's a bad idea or whatever else. So I don't know. Usually I'm just like kind of fine talking to whomever. When it comes to asking people for things, I feel like people usually aren't super fast to do that. Me, I don't really care. Like, if someone's skilled at something, I know they can do it, I'll ask them to, but I also understand that doing things myself is probably the most consistent way of doing it. Like, I love my friends, but I also realize, like, I say, hey, show up for an event at 8 p.m. EST. They'll be like, sorry, I got one more Val match, and it'll be like 8:30. Where I'm going with that, though, with new character stills for the channel, that's actually kind of coming along, and I've been happy about it, but I was also really worried about starting up that conversationally, because one of my IRL coworkers is actually making those, and she does a really fantastic job with, like, just about everything else. In fact, it's literally not something I thought I would ever find someone else who's not only committed to, like, doing that, but then is willing to help me out with that. That was kind of, like, one in a million, but for every time it feels like people want to push the channel down, it feels like it just finds a way to come back or whatever. Like the world's against it, but then also with it in some way. Or maybe it's some like this infinite
story.
Or maybe it's this infinite sort of clash between Like, it's thinking it's going to happen and then it never does. I don't know. That's some give and take. I think that's pretty much all I had to say for tonight. I really enjoyed finding new idle games like this. I tried to think 2 idle games today. Other than that, it's just been Dead by Daylight and stuff. Which has been fun, admittedly. It's just, again, I feel like I'm kind of wasting the days. But at the same time, it's a bit of a waiting game. And that just goes back to, I think I need to wait on stuff to happen in order to make my YouTube channel happen more. But again, that's still the final goal, even if I'm not actively working on it. And I don't know if that's me running away from actually working on things or actually waiting. Like, I have an editor who's good, it's just I know he's taking a break for a while. Will he come back? I don't know. A bit of a gamble there, but it's... Sometimes I've learned it's better not to put all your cards on the table immediately, even though it might be the friendly thing to do. It's not always the strategic thing to do. So, here's to hoping to a better future. Do you have anything you want to say, Wage?
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, like the
Hell yeah.
hello neighbor animation.
The hello neighbor animation.
Yeah, if this channel had half a budget, I'd put it on screen, but I literally told myself I'm not editing, not doing anything on this channel other than just talking and using the skills I have. So, maybe, yeah.
It would be so funny though.
I mean, hey, if you want to edit it, you do it, but... Whatever.
Just add like, it still has like green screen background and everything.
Yeah. Well, anyways, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your night.
Bye bye.
Yay.
We did it.
Seriously?